Hey there, YouTube fans, how you going? Hey, I thought I'd do a quick video on Saxenda and my experiences with that. You start off Saxenda with a titrated dose of 0.6, which you turn the handle here and you go up to that dose that's 0.6, if you can see that. And then you work your way up. And when I first started it at the 0.6, immediately that night I had really bad nausea and I had headaches with it. And after a week or two, it was mainly headaches that I had with it, but they weren't so bad that I had to stop it. And it did absolutely dampen some of my appetite and stop me from eating a lot, which was good. So that's some of the good things. Let's see, what else was good? Oh, my energy levels were really good. Really good. After, say, 2 weeks at the 1.2 dose, and then my blood sugars on it were amazing. Now, that's still only at the Victoza level, because this is basically Liraglutide, which is the same drug as Victoza, just at a higher dose. Now, unfortunately, and it breaks my heart to do this, the last couple of days I spent half a day in the hospital, and I'll tell you why. My blood pressure on this medicine was out of control. Really bad. So we're talking, when I was in the hospital, it was about 191 over 110. And my heart rate was right up there at about 98 beats a minute, or about 100. So some of the other blood pressure readings I had were 177 over 110, 189 over 100, these kind of things, with a higher pulse. And the only thing that seemed to bring it down was this Prozac blood pressure medicine, but my heart rate was still up. Now, even days later, can you imagine, my blood pressure this morning was 189 over 100 or something like that, but the pulse was down a bit more normal. So for me, a decent blood pressure, and I know it's still high, was 144 over 90, something like that. 140 something over 90. Now, I've had that kind of blood pressure for years. It's not the greatest, but it's not really, really terrible. So I wanted to also mention that my weight, it didn't really go down in 2 weeks. It was going up and down, and it wasn't going down, which is what the whole point is. But this morning I am 163.7 kilograms. That's around 356 pounds, or I think 26 stone for you UK people. Now I've been losing weight, but it's been because of my other diabetes regimen. So I take half a tablet of Jardiance, that's only a day, that's not like 5 milligrams, 3 berberine a day, so 500 milligrams in the morning, 500 milligrams of berberine at dinner time, and then 500 milligrams before going to bed, and glucobay, which is acarbose, 100 milligrams in the morning, 100 milligrams for lunch, 100 milligrams for dinner. So doing that, waking up this morning, had a blood sugar in the Australian standard of 6.9. 6.9 for me is pretty good. On the Saxenda though, I remember one day there it was 5.8 in the morning, and 6 and 6.2. Those ranges in the Australian standard are normal. How's that? On that it was normal. Breaks my heart that I probably have to stop it. While I am stopping it, because I said to the doctors, I don't want to have this situation where I've got to take blood pressure medicine to deal with the high blood pressure that this is bringing out. I'd rather just take nothing and have normal, my normal blood pressures. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I am going to consider gastric sleeve, and a couple of things with that. I'm an Italian citizen. From my research, it's possible I could do this in Italy. I live in Australia, though, as you can tell by my accent. But apparently you can buy private health cover here, wait at least a year because it's a pre-existing condition. You have to wait, and then look at getting the gastric sleeve is the one thing I'm looking into. I have been able to lose weight naturally with the diabetes medicines, but it's been really difficult, really slow. I've had the typical yo-yo dieting situation where it comes down, goes back up. I'm going to keep going to the gym and trying to lose weight naturally, trying to eat healthy. It is hard in this day and age, but that's what I'm going to try and do, and look into long-term, possibly a gastric sleeve. Now, I've looked at 3 years ago, I looked at one of my videos and I was 167 kilos. And on my board over here, I've got 167.8 kilograms. And as I said, today I'm 163.7. So that's 4 kilos, all right? Which is about 9 pounds, 10 pounds that I've actually lost. And apparently it's, as I said, it's just the diabetes medicine that's been doing that and trying to control my eating. The problem here is, for me, and I know that a lot of other people have this, is I'm just constantly hungry. These medicines for diabetes, I think it's sitagliptin, which is Jardiance. I think it's sitagliptin or empagliflozin or something like that. Anyway, don't quote me on that. The brand name is Jardiance anyway. You urinate the glucose